This is Antarctica, which has been out of human reach for centuries and has also remained a great mystery to humanity. Whether it's the bloodfalls, mysterious animals, underground lakes, or cities buried under the ice, there are many myths and mysteries about Antarctica that have yet to be solved. If this is your first time on the channel, give it a like and subscribe. Antarctica is the only continent in the world where humans do not live because temperatures here can drop to -90 degrees Celsius. It is also the windiest place on Earth, with wind speeds reaching 300 kilometers per hour. Similarly, Antarctica is also the driest continent in the world. So dry that you may be surprised to learn that it is also called a desert. Despite all this, for several hundred years, many countries have been trying to control Antarctica. This is a political map of Antarctica. This region is claimed by France. This part is claimed by Norway. Australia claims the entire right side. Similarly, Great Britain, Chile, Argentina, and New Zealand also claim certain parts of Antarctica. But what is the reason for this? What lies beneath this thick layer of ice? And why do all the world's superpowers want to control it? Today, we will solve some of the biggest mysteries of Antarctica and also answer the question of when and how Antarctica was discovered. At the end, we will also talk about some of the latest discoveries in Antarctica that are extremely important for the geopolitical world. Who discovered Antarctica depends on whom you ask. The British claim they discovered Antarctica, while the Russians say they were the first to set foot there. However, the mention of Antarctica was made thousands of years ago by the Greek philosopher Aristotle, who stated that the Earth is round and that the North and South poles are mirror images of each other. In 2021, a study by the Royal Society of New Zealand suggested that the Maori, who lived on the Polynesian islands, may have been the first humans to reach Antarctica in the 7th century, as their ancient stories mention a frozen continent located on the southern side of the Earth. In documented history, British officer James Cook was perhaps the first European to approach Antarctica by crossing the Antarctic Circle. However, he was 130 kilometers away from Antarctica when he turned his ship around. He did not see Antarctica, but he did observe icebergs floating in the water. The treacherous waters made further progress too dangerous, and probably for this reason, Cook claimed that reaching the southern continent was so dangerous that humans might never achieve it. After Captain Cook, many tried to discover Antarctica but failed. The 19th century brought fierce competition between nations for economic supremacy. The world was heading toward a new world order. Resources were being discovered, new trade routes were being established, and industries were growing, with each country striving to become a superpower in the new century. This led to an increase in explorations. In 1819, the Russian Empire commissioned explorer Fabian von Bellingshausen to circumnavigate the globe and discover new lands and continents. In 1820, he proved Captain Cook wrong and approached Antarctica in the Southern Ocean. He did not set foot on Antarctica, but he is considered the first person in modern history to have seen it. Between 1900 and the 1920s, there were many expeditions to Antarctica. In 1911, British explorer Robert Falcon Scott set foot in Antarctica with his team and traveled 600 kilometers but had to turn back due to bad weather and hunger. However, the return journey proved disastrous. Scott and his team were trapped in extreme cold and snowstorms, and they all perished. After World War I, many countries sent their teams to claim the continent. In 1939, under Hitler's orders, the German Air Force dropped Nazi flags to signal Nazi Germany's control over the area. After World War II, many countries established research stations there, and mysterious discoveries about Antarctica began to emerge. The first and biggest mysterious discovery is that Antarctica was once not a frozen continent but a warm rainforest. According to scientists from Imperial College London, they found fossilized wood indicating that around 90 million years ago, Antarctica was a warm continent with dense forests. They also found fossils of insects that are only found in warm regions. The second major and mysterious discovery about Antarctica is that beneath this 3 kilometers thick layer of ice, there are 400 lakes with their own ecosystems, harboring unique marine animals not found anywhere else in the world. These include large underwater spiders and transparent jellyfish. It is a completely different world beneath the ice. Likewise, another phenomenon in Antarctica that puzzled many explorers for years is the blood falls in McMurdo Valley. This waterfall appears as if blood is flowing from the ice. However, scientists recently discovered that the red color of this waterfall is due to water flowing from a very salty lake that is now buried hundreds of meters under the ice and completely isolated from the atmosphere. The water contains a high concentration of iron, and when it reaches the waterfall, the iron oxidizes due to oxygen and sunlight, giving it the reddish color. The third biggest mystery and conspiracy regarding Antarctica is the idea that there is an ancient civilization beneath the ice. Many have claimed to have seen alien spacecraft here. In 2016, unusual activities were recorded on Google Earth in Antarctica. While conspiracy theorists called these UFOs extraterrestrial, many political experts believe they are secret aerial operations by the United States and other countries. This is where the hidden political front of Antarctica comes into play, which very few people are aware of. While the rest of the world is immersed in other geopolitical issues, the United States, China, and Russia have been aggressively sending expeditions to Antarctica. In fact, China has even established multiple research stations there. According to the 1959 Antarctic Treaty, any country can conduct scientific research in Antarctica, but the results of these studies must be shared with all countries. In a 1992 survey by the United States Geological Department, it was discovered that Antarctica has reserves of 500 billion barrels of natural gas and oil. However, China and other countries are not interested in oil and gas, as large reserves of rare earth minerals such as neodymium, praseodymium, terbium, and dysprosium have recently been discovered in Antarctica. These are the rare earth minerals used in all electronic devices. As the global focus shifts from oil and gas to energy sources that power electronic devices, the demand for these minerals is skyrocketing. Electric cars and lithium-ion batteries are now the future, and the race to control that future has led these superpowers into the icy storms of Antarctica. The latest mysterious discovery in Antarctica is the Southern Ocean. Among the most dangerous seas in the world is the Southern Ocean, which controls the climate and water supply of our world, as it also connects with the Atlantic, Pacific, and Indian Oceans. According to scientists, the Southern Ocean absorbs 15% of the world's carbon emissions. With global warming, the importance of this ocean is increasing. As the ice melts, many treasures are coming to light. Oceans that were once considered unreachable by humans will soon become major trade routes. A lot of research is still being conducted in Antarctica, and who knows what other mysterious things will be discovered in the future. These are all the sources we consulted for this video. If you like topics like this, let us know. If this is your first time on the channel, give it a like and subscribe so you don't miss our upcoming videos.